Shalom, family. Good to see you all. True Royal is going to be joining me on this live stream about Larry Elder. So I guess she's trying to get on. She's not quite connected yet, but I hope everybody is doing well in the chat. And yeah, there's a lot going on. And Larry Elder is one of these folks that he just seems to have more of a problem with black folk than even a white supremacist. I mean, this man's hatred for black people is deep, and I was telling True Royal, how you doing, True Royal?
I'm doing fine.
I was
You
telling
you can hear me fine?
I can hear you just fine. I was telling
Excellent.
True Royal, I said, this man, it's almost like he wants to be a white man so bad.
You can hear me fine?
I can hear you just fine. Okay, I hear some feedback there.
I got it together.
Okay. All right. So I know many of you heard about the interview he did with Candace Owens, and he made a comment that slave owners deserved reparations because they lost their property. I said, I think in this case, if you didn't see it, you wouldn't believe it. Nothing like that should ever cross the lips of any black man, ever. That you can actually relate to the slave owner getting reparations over the slaves. Now that's pretty that's pathetic.
Yeah, that is.
That is pathetic. But I'm not surprised that he went on Candace Owens and on her little show, and this is the interview she did with him. So between the two of them, I guess it can't be too shocking. One just as treacherous as another. Both of them are grifters, right? Both of them are. And Larry Elders is one of those people I saw when he was a judge on TV. Prior to that, I didn't even know who he was. And that was the first experience I've seen him, and that was okay. That show was okay. I wasn't heavily into, to be honest with you, I was not heavily into those judge shows. I watched them maybe for a hot minute and I moved on.
Yeah. I wanted to say something real quick, Lisa.
Yeah, go right ahead.
In the state of California, I told you I had filled out a petition. Well, we won, and we keeping the pressure on. They cannot make taking that jab mandated. So we won because yesterday was the deadline, and so it is dead in session because of the petition that folks signed. And I'm pretty sure that wave is going to hit the United States. So California employees so far do not have to take the jab. I thought that was just important because people are apprehensive and concerned and worried that they have to take the jab,
right,
and stuff. So far,
yeah. I mean, America's is just got so much on her plate right now, and all of this trying to force the hand of people. At the end of the day, it is just not going to work, And I said before, their 400 years of rulership is over. It doesn't matter if you had the entire planet with the jab scene, your time is still up. It doesn't change that fact. So, Queen, I guess we can get started.
Oh, yes, we sure can.
I wanted to invite True Royal, y'all, because she's in California, where, Larry Elder is running during the recall election of Gavin Newsom. So, it's good to have somebody that's right there in the state that can, tell you what's going on.
Yeah, and what I'm going to say, y'all guys, this shit going to be juicy.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I dug up some dirt. I know you had an opportunity, because I know you did your research too, Lisa. I know you had an opportunity to look up what I had sent you, and I know you was going to be most pleased.
Yeah, We're gonna be we're gonna be talking and looking at videos in between. So just so you know.
Chelsea, we're gonna drag
And
this motherfucker today.
yeah, and I just also want y'all to think back when Larry Elder was on that panel for HR 40, and he took a strong opposition to Black people getting reparations. And I'm sure many of you remember that. That was not the only place he loudly opposed Black people getting reparations. Like I said, if I had my eyes closed, I would think he would have on a damn hood, a white hood, over his head.
Yeah, if they had one day that said Black folks could sign up, he probably would camp out and stuff.
Man, I tell you what, I could see him praying at night. Please let me wake up, white. Let me wake up.
Yeah, like I said to you, listen, if he woke up white, he wouldn't even be shocked that his body would be chalk white. I'm gonna add in a couple of little things. He would have a little teeny penis. That would be fine too. I gotta trash his ass because the guy is low down.
He is.
He's so low down. He's so low down that even white people are questioning his level of insanity.
Yeah.
Even white folk. And I'm not giving I don't give white folks no credit.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is so unlikable. Even the people he is trying to pander to don't like him either. I mean, that says it all. Jerome Simmons, thank you so much for the super chat. Morning, wonderful ladies. Good morning to you too.
Okay.
All right. I got one video before we get to Candace Owens and Larry Elder. I got one video prior to that on reparations, so you can kind of see where his mind is. I know many of you already know, but I'm going to show you this video. This man is something else. All right, let me just go ahead and share, and then we'll talk about the things that he says in this video for real. All right, give me a one if you can see my screen. I know there's always a delay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. So, Queen, I did a live stream earlier today. I was telling everybody there was a planet alignment, and I was wondering if that was disturbing my sleep because I had a rough time and I kind of felt off earlier in the night. And now I know why. There was Venus and the moon did an alignment up in the sky.
Yeah, and we're at the beginning stages of retrograde, Lisa.
Yes. Do you know the day before that, on the 8th, there was a Mercury? It was another alignment with the planet Mercury. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, it's so much going on. It's not even funny. All right, y'all. Here we go. Get this thing rolling.
I purposely didn't watch what you're getting ready to play so you can get my authentic reaction.
Okay. I hear you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start it and just trying to make it a little bigger. All right, here we go.
I'd like to just ask Mr. Elder if he has any comments to say in the response to Representative Hank Johnson's question that he had asked earlier. I'd like to continue this conversation about that.
I do. We've been talking about disparate outcomes as if the disparate outcomes by definition mean racism. There was a young attorney named Barack Obama who joined with other attorneys to file a class action lawsuit against Citibank some years ago. And as a result of the class action lawsuit, the Citibank agreed to grant mortgages to 186 people who had applied, turned down, and the applicants argued that they were turned down because they were Black. Well, they got the loans, and virtually nobody was able to keep up with the loans. Many of them went into default, which indicated that the bank was not discriminating against these would-be Black borrowers. Also, studies have found that community Black banks often have a higher turn-down rate for would-be borrowers than the majority banks because they are more thinly capitalized. So just because something has a disparate outcome does not mean that that outcome was the result of racism. We've also talked a lot about the police officers. A few days ago, as I started to say, a man was in the backyard of his own house. That's a description of a suspect who was running on foot. Police officer chasing, mistook the homeowner for the suspect, shot and killed him. I doubt that very many people you know about this. And the reason you don't know about it is because the cop who shot the suspect was white. The suspect was white. This took place in Idaho. Therefore, nobody gave a writ. But I assure you, if this had been a Black suspect and a white cop, we'd know his name. The fact is, there are more unarmed white people killed every year by the police than unarmed Blacks. The media couldn't care less. CNN couldn't care less, giving Black people the false impression that the police are mowing down Black people just because they are Black. It is true that the police are 2.5 times more likely to kill a Black suspect. It's also true that a young Black man is anywhere from 7 to 10 times more likely to be a victim of a homicide, almost always the victim at the hands of another young Black man. That's why the cops are there. The idea that there's systemic racism against Black people is a lie. And when it came to the election, the defenders of Biden were arguing, where is the widespread evidence of voter fraud? A fair question. Where is the forget about widespread, where is the evidence of police brutality against Black people? If anything, the evidence shows the police were more hesitant, more reluctant to pull the trigger on a Black suspect than a white suspect. It is a fraud. It is a con that is pushed upon this country. We need to stop it.
Thank you. To go to Mr. Walker.
Okay, y'all heard what he said, right? So what he's pretty much saying is the claims that Black people are making against the police is a bunch of BS. That's what he's saying. And white people more likely, no, that's not what the statistics show. We overwhelmingly get stopped and killed by the police more than anyone else. That is a fact. Okay. And, you know, notice another thing, because Candace does this too. Coons always give misinformation. You notice that? Mm-hmm. In order to make their narrative look good against the Black community. Mm-hmm. So he is saying that the cops, there is no systemic racism, is what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and all the police shootings, and there's more Black people killing Black people, which is another false narrative. If you go out and look, you can find the articles yourself. Crime in the hood, in the cities, are on a decline, down by over 47%. We're not killing each other like that. But in order to justify their rough handling and torturous handling of our people, they have to keep pushing that narrative. So you see, so this man is saying, you claiming that the police shooting you is just a bunch of BS. That's what he's saying. You're not getting killed more. White people are getting killed more by cops. And they don't put their name on TV because they don't care. Trust me, this country has always cared about them over us from the beginning. So there's no way they're going to advertise a white man getting killed. They're not going to say nothing about that. I bet it was somewhere in the media. Larry Eldridge, I just pray people in California use some common sense and don't put this man in office, because I fear for the safety of Black men and women in California if he takes office.
Because they were saying that if he gets in office, that he's going to immediately come after Blacks, and the Latin community. They already know what exactly he's gonna come at us with a full vengeance. And based on my research, Gavin don't look too good.
No, he don't. No, he don't. But you know, unfortunately, look at the choice that California got to make. You got two bad candidates. And yeah, what a mess. Del Monte Green Beans, thank you for the super chat. What in the world is this fool talking about? Is he from Seattle, where common sense is expensive? I don't know. I don't know where Larry Elder was born. Wasn't he born in California?
You know what? I didn't even bother to look. I can tell you real quick.
Okay. I just don't see how the hell can he grow up in California and be like that. But I guess I don't know.
Shoot, look at you. I'm not surprised. Look at what's the face just born? Herschel Walker's son is raised in California. Yeah, he was born in Los Angeles, California. That's what I'm looking at. That's where this nut is from.
Okay. So he should have had plenty of exposure around Black folk if he grew up in LA.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait to drag his ass. Oh,
yeah, you go right ahead and drag him.
No. This is your. You know,
go right ahead.
You got a sequence that you want to lay it out. We got to bring the juicy parts as we go along. So I know how to control myself.
Okay. Now, many of you know that he recently did an interview with Candace Owens where he made this another ridiculous comment on the slave owner deserve reparations over the slaves. I mean, I just can't believe it. And these are probably these two just make my stomach turn just to think they're on the same interview, you know? Candace Owens and Larry Elder. But I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's only a few seconds where he says it.
Okay.
By the way, when you mentioned that the UK was ahead of us, they were. Do you know that the slave owners were compensated? After they lost their quote-unquote property, the government compensated slave owners.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so when people talk about reparations, do they really want to have that conversation? Because, like it or not, slavery was legal. And so their property, their legal property, was taken away from them after the Civil War. So you can make an argument that the people that are owed reparations are not only just Black people, but also the people whose quote property, close quote, was taken away after the end of the Civil War.
Wrong. Okay, because white people made their wealth off of that slavery. So why would they need more money? Okay, so he's saying that a white slave owner equally deserves reparations just as much as the slave, which is not true, being that they already got their reparations and they've been getting it for generations. Remember when it all came out in the UK where the families of slave owners all the way up until 2018, they were getting reparations, right?
Yeah.
From the end of slavery all the way up until 2018. Now, tell me which one of those white people were alive during chattel slavery. But see, that's the argument they make with us. Oh, well, you weren't a slave. Well, those people weren't slave owners, but you still compensated them up until 2018.
And it shows you how dumb Candace Owens continue to be. Because this one white boy said that she was lazy, and he's right. She did not know that, and you would think the way she wants to push her advocacy that she would search that type of stuff out to rub it in and stuff that the slaves owners were compensated,
right?
And a step further.
And that's where let me just say this one thing. That's where the term old money comes from. That means they earned all of their wealth off the backs of slaves.
And a step further, these bastards had the nerve to go to the people that they own to vouch for them. Keep that in mind. To vouch for them. That's the part that just really got my gut. Because, a lot of our folks didn't just pack up and run off. You stayed right there where you were. Where the hell were you going to go? So they vouched for them. And I think they were able to do it within 5 to 10 years to get that money to them, which is fairly fast. And look at the stretch the rear at.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Del Monte Green Beans, thank you again for the super chat. They were better off headbutting each other across the table. It would have been more productive. Candace would have won. You know, I think that's a sad sight to see. You got two people that got all kinds of issues with Black people, and they themselves are Black people. That's really pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's a sad day in America when a Black man is sitting there telling somebody that the slave owner and the slave were equally entitled to compensation, but only one of those people got reparations, and those folks were already rich.
Mm-hmm.
They were already rich from having slaves. So I don't know what the hell they needed reparations
Yeah.
for.
And they can, and then let's talk about not only were they rich, and they were also given even more stuff even after the fact.
Yes. Well,
You
nobody
know?
got more welfare up in here than, you know, these people that float over here from Europe. They, to this very day, are your biggest welfare recipients, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. They got all kinds of perks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but this is the thinking of somebody that's running for governor. This is the thinking of a Black man that's running for governor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America don't want Black governors. Look, y'all, right now, as it stands, there are 50 states, and all 50 states got white governors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they don't want Black governors in this country.
No, they don't want to break the tradition. You know, why do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'm going to let you talk about this next one. Hold on. Let me get this up because we talked about this already. Okay. Let me share my screen, y'all, because we got a lot to cover.
It's juicy.
Yes, it is. Especially this part. Especially this part, y'all. Okay. Here we go.
Let's see. What are you bringing up? Oh,
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna let you have the floor on this one.
Okay, this Becky. Oh boy, you talking about photoshopping a picture? Because she did you see them original pictures of her, Lisa?
Yeah, but this was a couple of years ago too.
Oh, that okay. So anyway, this Becky, he was engaged to for 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he wants to say that she lying. She ain't lying. She ain't lying, and we're gonna be able to prove that she ain't lying. About some things that she revealed about his level of abuse,
Mm-hmm.
his level of drug abuse and getting high, how he bragged about it, and now he trying to deny it.
Mm-hmm.
We got the receipts.
Now
Juicy,
he ain't
juicy.
look, he ain't gonna get away with this stuff like Donald Trump did. Okay, this is a Black. At the end of the day, they gonna remind him he's a Black man in America. They gonna listen to all the trash and drag his ass.
These are the stuff that I was sending you. I couldn't stop. I couldn't control myself. Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna pile it on so good that they call him the Black Trump.
Yeah.
They call him the Black Trump. So he got financial issues. They are investigating him, the state of California, and they said it don't matter if he becomes the governor or not. They're gonna keep investigating because they say it takes about a year or so to dig in your ass. So he gonna get his nigga moment, hook or crook and stuff. But back to this Becky, she worked for him and produced. They said over 300 of his shows. So they were very close, engaged in all of this. And he's saying that she's lying. Now, what we found out was any woman that he dated, he had them to file one of those disclosures.
Non-disclosure,
Non-disclosures.
so they don't go and tell everything, about him. Yeah.
So you think about this. That ain't normal. What are you worried about? That you got to get every woman you dated to sign one of those disclosures. What's really going on in your life? He didn't pull a gun on her.
Yep.
She
But
said he was abusive.
He denies. They did confront him about that, and he said he never pulled a gun on her. But she said yes, he did. And like Queen said, he abused her. He used to beat this woman.
Mm-hmm. And she went as far as filing a police report on him. She don't, because filing that you can be sued and all of that. And she went as far as filing a police report on him just recently, and stuff. And he would even have her to go get his drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't want to get caught out there doing the thug thizzle. That's something that, when I say the thug thizzle, that is a term that they use in LA quite heavily to this day. You'll hear Snoop Dogg say that, and we'll get into the Snoop Dogg part quite soon. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm getting their ass. Y'all know I'm gonna bring the receipt. I said I gotta make sure my girl is represented good over here on her channel. I lost sleep over this shit. Yes, wow, folks. And Lisa, did you ever get an opportunity to listen to or read? I forgot what I've seen. No, that was, they had interviewed her, the ex-girlfriend who they brought forth.
Oh, the one that was with him for 16 years, and he was a complete angel.
Yeah, he was. And I said to Lisa, come on. Somebody's 16 years. They a complete angel.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still friends to this day.
That's not what this yellow-haired that's not what this yellow-haired woman said.
Yeah. So Lisa said, and I didn't even think of it, she was paid off. You had to bring somebody, and that was the only one that he could bring forth. Where are the other ones?
Yeah.
What did you do? The other ones probably were threatened, scared to death, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Larry Elder is not a Becky lover as we go down this journey.
Yeah, he got issues. Not only do he have issues with Black people like that look like him, he got an issue with women too.
The beautiful part about all this, he don't have no children.
Well, he don't need to procreate. I think we all agree on that.
Yes, Lord, no, he don't have no children.
Man, he don't need to procreate at all.
Somebody said his lips.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
Yeah, so anytime, and which y'all gotta understand how unusual this is.
Mm-hmm.
He beating the shit out of a Becky. He's smoking weed and partaking in other things and stuff. That is unusual, because usually those type of dudes, they straight as a board. They boring on many levels. Boring. You take somebody, look at somebody like ex-Sheriff David Clark. Boring. I don't know what them women see in those dudes. So to hear him, the stuff that he's that how he get down was even shocking to me. Oh yeah, we got that information. Dark-skinned brother, we got that information about what happened to him yesterday. Let Lisa tell.
Yeah, he got egged. and the people that threw the eggs at him, they were white.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how them people was at them in their throat?
Yeah.
One of his staff members got busted in the face. But
that was funny too.
That shit was funny. And the thing that got me was, did you see how that coward Larry Elder conducted himself?
Mhm.
He kept his asshole tight and kept it moving. He didn't come back and step and say, keep your hand off my staff members, anything like that. Nothing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
bitch came out and he was there.
they got the eggs out on his ass.
Uh-huh. And the reason for that is
Let me ask you, Queen, did you ever keep up with David Clark? Did he get his did he turn in his thesis?
You know what?
Remember the one he plagiarized
Yeah.
and they made him do it again?
Y'all know I got a playlist on my channel
Uh-huh.
about David Clark. He paid somebody off because when he did his thesis, it was up here in Stanford, California.
Damn, he couldn't even afford nobody in Kenya.
Wow. So he got away with that one. Wow. David Clark. That one he got away with. So but other than that, he's being blackballed on the circuit. So he's like on a lot of underground blogs and all of that. I know where he's at, and it's the same old stuff. I do miss him being the sheriff. I really do, because he was the gift that kept giving. You remember when I was doing all the videos?
Kinds of dumb shit. Yeah.
Man, I was having a ball. But back to Larry Elder. This so-called man hate women, and it don't matter the race of the woman. Even though you will hear him talk viciously about Black women, look at how he treat the white woman, and then he got them filling out them non-disclosures.
Mhm.
That is not normal behavior.
No.
Because he a motherfucker. He evil to the core. So this is what Lisa said something that I never heard nobody say. The level, there's levels of cooning, and he take his level even higher than the ex-sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now the ex-sheriff did whoop on this woman's ass and all that kind of stuff like that, but we ain't heard about no drug use and all these other different things, and no other woman have ever came forth. I mean, I did find out he does cheat, but still nobody came forth and everything. So he in a category of his own.
Oh,
He
yeah.
vicious.
Very unique raccoon indeed.
And see, the thing that these coons on the level of like Candace, Lamont Hill, and him and others that are extreme in their cooning is they're not paying attention to something. And the thing that needs to be paid attention to is Esau's world is crumbling every day, lightning fast. And they cannot stop Rona. They can't stop natural disasters. And you ain't gonna stop our Father in general. These prophecies are literally playing out in our face every day. Because the one thing that I want y'all to pay attention to is what LVZ was saying. He out there pressure washing the streets. And it was funny what he was saying, but it was serious what was going on. He's seeing more and more homeless ass white folk. More and more. Y'all think about that. So these curses is coming down, and these white folks are not gonna get tired of hearing them feed into the side effects of white supremacy, because it ain't doing nothing for them. So so like right now, what's going on with Herschel Walker? They bringing up his past. That is the Republican.
Look, y'all, his past is deeper than you think. Do you know he has stalked multiple women, Herschel Walker, and some of these women are speaking up. He looks like a stalker to me. I told you that yesterday. He looked like a stalker to me.
So who is bringing that information? You now think about this. The Republican Party is bringing that information about Herschel Walker.
Yeah, and they bringing that in the media. Yeah,
they bringing that information about Larry Elder too as well. It's the Republican Party that's doing this. But they said this dude is a living Lifetime movie. No, he's beyond Lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one of them underground videos you play and then everybody got it, like a R. Kelly type of shit. Because that did, Lisa, I know you seen it, what he said about Snoop.
Yeah.
That one I had to keep watching that. I was like, oh, or whoa, really? And that was him. He was, and that wasn't no weed, Lisa. He was high on something else. That wasn't no drink, Lisa. He was high on something else. And so this dude is a dope fiend. And I was wrong about something. I had said to you, ever since I've seen him, I always, in his eyes, you could see the demonic energy. And I thought that, and he could still have this, that he was full of parasites. Because I can tell when people have parasites on their brain. No, this motherfucker was high. That's what that is. He stay high. And when you on that level of nastiness, I see, you would have to stay jaded because he's jaded.
Now, I want to play the video of him that said minimum wage should be 0. You remember that one?
Yes. I heard that shit.
Ooh, this dude is something else. Hold on, let me see if I can. I remember watching that and I was not in my damn head. I said, can you believe a Negro is sitting here saying minimum wage should be 0?
So you said, Ken, why do we give a shit about these times? It is our duty, and it's our duty and responsibility.
Yeah, and he's about to he's running for governor in a recall election. And if he wins, that's going to be bad news for Black folks in California.
See, we part of the new Black media, and we have to be responsible in reporting the gospel truth. See, the gospel truth. See, they bury this type of shit. But trust and believe, the Republicans know about this, and some have been very verbal about what they know about him.
Yeah, they sure have.
Yeah, call him out. That's right.
Yeah, you can't let him, look, and that was a really important point, about his taxes. He hasn't paid his taxes. He's another one, you made all this money and he hasn't paid his taxes. And no, that should be that should really keep him from running. You expect all citizens to pay taxes, but what the hell is up with him? All right, let me see if I can play this one. From Sacramento Bee. All right, yeah, I'm ready. Let's see if this. Come on, Larry, speak.
Let's see here. Let me check something.
Let's see, wait.
Is it blocked, Lisa?
No, I don't think it's blocked.
Because I was able to play it.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's blocked.
Okay.
One more time.
You can refresh it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lisa, don't hit that. Oh, what? Okay, no.
The UN record is calling for the end
Forgive me.
to the minimum wage, saying, quote, the correct minimum wage ought to be 0. Right. How do you think California voters currently earning the minimum wage,
look at that motherfucker, he high,
$13 to $14 an hour, would react to that?
Well, given the indoctrination that people have about the minimum wage, they probably wouldn't react to it well. I would point out that there was editorial in 1987 in the New York Times, an editorial, not op-ed piece, and the headline is correct minimum wage 0.00. And they made all the economic 101 arguments. That is, that when you arbitrarily increase the cost of labor, all sorts of bad consequences come from that. People's hours are cut back. A hiring decision is deferred. Prices of goods go up in order to compensate for that forced increase in labor, which is usually the biggest cost in running any kind of business. Milton Friedman, the Nobel laureate economist, who was a friend of mine, said that he believes that the minimum wage was, quote, the most anti-Negro law on the statute books, close quote, because at one time, believe it or not, a Black teenager was more likely to be employed than a white teenager, more likely to be employed than a white adult, more likely to be employed than a Black adult, because that teenager was able to sell his labor for less. When you come in with the minimum wage, you are foreclosing the ability of people, often with little education and little skills, to get a job. I never have quite understood why a third party like government, why that government feels it's anybody's business.
Okay.
You know what? Did you see how he came in when there's little nuances in his face?
Yeah.
That dude stay high. I'm looking at him.
Yeah, but isn't that what his old ex-fiance said?
Yep, she did say that.
And my relationship with that person, when I willingly bought that labor. Why two people who are adults can't determine what the price of labor ought to be is beyond me. And why a third party feels it's his or her business to interfere with that is also beyond me.
Okay.
Yeah, You know what? I wanted to throw in something real quick so folks won't be thrown off, and I will send them the link so they can look at it themselves.
So he's pretty much saying that minimum wage should be 0.00. A Black man is saying, so you should actually work out here as a slave, according to Larry Elder. You should just be a slave, because if he gives you a salary, then there's all kinds of issues attached to that. This man is full of crap. And like the Queen said, if you look at his eyes, he's obviously high.
Yeah. When that woman said that, and I started digging into him, and I started looking at the nuances in his face, I was like, oh, now I see it. Now I see what's going on. I needed to say something real quick so people don't be confused, Lisa.
Go ahead.
And I will send the information. Okay. There is an assemblyman in California named Evan Lowe. And they said here today that Evan Lowe has decided not to move forward with the potential bill that would have amended the current state discriminated statute, basically forcing people to get the jab. Now, in LA, they are forcing the children to get it. So in the news, you're going to see one thing, but today in the capital, which is in Sacramento, they are not allowing that. So the news is, the media plays a game with us. See, this is why it's important to report these type of things, because the media is very deceitful. And so I got the receipts and I will show you that. Forgive me for saying that, Lisa, but I seen some people were a bit confused because I know they're checking the news and they're like, well, they're saying it's mandated. It is not. It is not. So there is the link, and I'll send it a couple of times. Okay, back to Larry Elder's ass.
Okay, RLI, he's running for governor in my state, California. He doesn't have to get over 50% of the vote to win. Just all candidates combined get over 50%. We're taking it seriously here. He has a real chance. Yeah, that's the sad part. And he has no political background. He's never been a politician a day in his life.
Well, what's so scary about this thing, Lisa? I know you researched this out, where they're saying that he only have to have as low as 18% of the vote.
Yes. Yeah.
To get, to get through this thing, and then Gavin Newsom would have to have 50%. And see, I'm gonna this is also prove something that I've been saying, and people been debunking me on this for a while, and I'm gonna re-debunk it. California is a Republican state. We have very wealthy people in California. Hollywood is about 5 hours from me. The richest county in California is up here in Marin County. All right. Spilsburg lives in Marin County. So, wealthy people have a tendency to be staunch conservatives. All right. Y'all keep that in mind. We got all these all these baseball teams, football teams, and that was revealed that they had donated to Trump and was kissing Trump's ass when all that shit was going on too. So this proves to y'all these so-called, because they saying the way they're trying to push this is that he is a unquote liberal. Y'all keep this in mind. Pay attention to language. That's why I was saying you don't hear them saying coronavirus that much. They're saying the Delta variants and all this stuff. It's still damn coronavirus at the end of the day. And yeah, Schwarzenegger, and well, it was even further than Schwarzenegger. It was Reagan, but we're going to talk about Schwarzenegger. They laid the groundwork for this type of shit and stuff. And then the thing that I was telling Lisa was that even though all this dirt that we're pulling up on him, his supporters don't care that he beat a white woman ass. They say everything he did to a white woman. They don't care.
No.
They racism, it shows you their level of racism. As long as he can touch some of us here in the state of California, or touch some of the Latin community, that's all they care about and stuff. And that's why their kingdom is collapsing before their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just looking at, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger did not have a political record either, and he was a terrible governor too. So I mean, there you have it. He was a terrible governor.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they still they fearmonger. And how I look at it is, that's all I know. Like when our folks talking about, I can't wait to stuff get back to normal. What is a normal? And then they put out these fear tactics.
Normal is keeping us at the bottom, and the people with high IQs are all at the top. That's normal to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal. That's what we supposed to accept for an eternity.
Okay.
Without anything changing.
You're right, Vince Taylor. California is a red state that's masquerading as a blue state. I've been saying this for the longest stuff. But the thing is, because they always try to keep us in a state of fear, we have lived the worst, and that ain't gonna stop. That ain't gonna stop what's going down.
No, you got two terrible candidates. I mean, that's all I can say.
So I mean, they tell it's gonna be worse on black folks, and it's already worse on black folks.
It's been worse on us historically.
Yeah. Right? And then on top of that, what is he gonna do about coronavirus and all that? Because see, people gonna focus back on what's the immediate stuff that's going on,
right?
Because coronavirus gonna keep rearing up its head. It ain't ever going away.
Sure isn't.
Not on what Esau is doing. Now, if the good Lord want to take it away, he could take it away. Because coronavirus been around. Do your research and stuff. It's been around.
It's not going away because we got a changing of the guards coming up, and they won't accept that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna have to accept it before it's said and done.
Yeah. So don't let these fear tactics that they gonna use. Well, they gonna do this to us, and they gonna do that. We got that stuff bad, and then we get all scared and all that kind of stuff. It ain't going away. And these people's lives don't. When you start digging into their lives don't run smoothly. I like that. Brother Levi, shows that there is karma on these folks every day. Every day.
Yeah, and they had I think Gavin Newsom had Kamala out there. I was like, woo, you picked a bad person to have out there. Nobody likes Kamala.
At first she didn't Kamala, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. In California, people didn't support Kamala. You didn't hear nobody overwhelmingly support her. I mean, they had some little thing down there.
They said in a recent poll, Queen, I don't know if you heard, they said she polls as the worst, so unlikable. She is like the worst VP of all times when it comes to likability. Nobody likes this woman at all. Nobody likes her. Seriously, y'all.
No, she's not liked at all. And then her staff been complaining about her shit, and then they've been sending her away. You can only send her away for so long. She just not good with people. She's nasty and stuff. Y'all done heard the stuff that she's doing to Nina Simone's family so they can't get their inheritance. You blocking up people's money. All that kind. She just every. It's like anytime the first time I ever heard about Kamala, we knew she was a straight hoe. She running around with a married man, the mayor of San Francisco, and he gives her 2 positions, working for the city. Nobody never seen her at work. Never.
Yeah.
Because he even gave his wife that he's still married to a position. She was art director up here and everything. So also pay attention to this. Nancy Pelosi did not endorse Kamala. Nancy Pelosi does not like Kamala. You don't see them buddy and chummy because I live in Pelosi country, Nancy Pelosi country and Kamala. They're both up here from the Bay Area. So I know exactly what's going on. And the only time we seen any little support of her when she was in Oakland at the Oakland courthouse. And if y'all knew how small that plaza was, because I worked on that plaza, it wasn't that many people, and they didn't do a whole panorama shot or a shot from up above and stuff. They kept that shit real tight. She don't have a lot of supporters because Kamala is nasty. You don't see it overwhelmingly the gay community out there pumping her up, backing her up, or anything. She's just nasty all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that all came out even when she was campaigning. If you remember, she was having issues with her staff because they were leaving on her ass. She was so nasty even during that time. So I'm not shocked that she's having problems with her staff and they don't like her and she's nasty. Same thing we heard when she was running for president. Arc Forum, thank you for the super chat. California is a place where you have all these different races that really don't want to be around each other. And Mike Mellis, John says, thank you for the super chat. In a system of pink skin privilege, there should be no such thing as a failure, but there is. Oh, there's tons of failure. Okay, tons of failure. These folks just know how to talk a good game. But just like you see with COVID, when it comes down to really doing the work and getting things done, you see how bad they're failing, right? I saw this many years ago.
Yeah, you said they can't lead or run anything and stuff. And another thing I want to pull out is that now Larry Elder is from Southern, and I live up here in Northern, and it is a drastic difference from Southern and Northern. So they ain't feeling him up here either at all.
No.
And this election is really weird. Really weird. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else becomes the governor, or they gonna give a real big push, because I think they vote on the 14th. How this thing gonna go down. It said California so much drugs awful. Yeah, the drug capital of California is Berkeley, California. I want y'all to keep that in mind too. And they don't do nothing to stop that. Not Oakland, because Oakland get a bad name and stuff. Is Berkeley, California. And they like nostalgia. People look at what happened in the 60s and the 70s down there at UC Berkeley and all the protesting and stuff. Ain't nothing but a bunch of druggies. Berkeley is nasty. They nasty on the streets. Berkeley, I'm not impressed with Berkeley whatsoever. And Berkeley is trying to push this thing too. That's why I keep putting that link so y'all won't be thrown off. Berkeley was the first to say, well, you gotta show that you got the jab, or you can't enter restaurants, or you can't enter
Yeah,
all
like
these
their
different
food
things.
is some kind of fucking prize. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I
Or
mean,
you, or
seriously.
yeah, or you can't enter festivals or concerts and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right. What's that? Golden State 415 Good Life. Yeah, they do it out in the open and stuff.
Mhm.
And they also shit in over there a lot too, openly in the streets too in Berkeley. Because I was telling y'all, there's an app that they have in California that people let people know where they didn't found some more human shit and stuff. And that ain't us. That ain't us, because they would put us, if we was overwhelmingly shitting in the streets anywhere, they would lock us up. So that's them, and they shitting in stores, everything. This
Yeah,
ain't nothing new.
and remember up at the Capitol, they smeared their stuff all over. They picked their shit up and started smearing it everywhere.
Ooh.
Sisters Knit and More, thank you for the super sticker. Yeah, y'all remember that? They smeared that stuff all over the place.
Yeah, they sure did. They did smear that stuff all over the place. And the beauty of it is we need to be at home sitting there eating with our family. I can watch me a live concert online, my bathroom right there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about getting sick. That's the key right there. Because when you step out here, when you step out there, my husband says the death angel is out there, but there's even some and I don't know if people are experiencing or know, there's something just in the atmosphere that's making people sick, and also having flu-like symptoms. Or the thing that's going on now is people are getting these weird headaches. So it's just, the environment is just fucked. So who want to be out there, somebody handling your food? You don't know what they doing. You don't know if they sanitizing their hands and all that. And that shit ain't gonna work. They gonna lose their money, because people gonna get turned off. Oh, you know, like in Berkeley, they were saying the only other way that they would allow you in if you don't have that jab is to show that you're getting tested every week and stuff. And then that other thing with that jab is, I was telling Lisa, was that, they're saying kids above the age of 12 would have to get it. And do you know they're gonna have to give them a booster every 6 months? That you think about that. On a booster every 6 months, that mean that they don't know what they're doing.
No, they know this ain't going well. That's why they're on there threatening unjabbed people. They know this ain't going well. Because if it was really working as they claim, why threaten people? Why threaten people just because they don't want it?
Yeah,
it's not going the way they thought.
No.
Marcella Muhammad, thank you for the super sticker. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say.
I wanted to say to y'all, because I know people are really concerned about these vaccines and all this stuff. Keep your toilet lid closed, because that stuff is in the sewage system now. And I would suggest that y'all get bleach tabs and put them in your tank, let alone with those little blue stuff, and that will kind of help it some. But keep your toilet lids closed, because when you flush that toilet, do you know how connected we are to the sewage system? And the vapors of that stuff is coming up. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about on this, because I've seen the sewage system and how it flow. And they let us know a couple of weeks ago. But see, when the enemy let you know anything, they've been doing it for a while. They saying that they're using sewer water as drinking water and stuff like that. And I did see that Ocean Souls splashless bleach does not disinfect. Keep that on your frontal lobe. I did not know that and stuff. So these things are important. Get this link around, because like I said, in the news, they're being very deceitful how they getting down.
Yeah.
It is not mandatory in the state of California, even though they're saying it in the news and stuff. So back to Larry Elder. Oh, Lisa, I know you dig into his financial stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't paid taxes in a long time. And you saw how heavily investigated Trump was, although he never did show his tax return. You best believe they ain't gonna let Larry Elder get away with that. They gonna show his shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
they gonna
Yeah.
show his shit. You can best believe it.
Yeah, because when I was doing my research and I did send it was a guy talking about it. They said that they're gonna research him. It doesn't matter if he becomes the governor or not.
Yeah.
They're gonna research him to the very end. To the very, very end. And stuff. So that lets you know right there. Damn, Lisa got knocked off her own stream. Ain't that a bitch? Who, look how they get down. Somebody get knocked off their damn stream. They don't like the smoke we bringing. Dirty bastards. I'll hold the fort down. She'll be back and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm always worried about giving out information to y'all and stuff. So we got to get this around to our folks because the media is very misleading. Yeah, real smoke, CD Till. Yeah, you're right about that. We're gonna bring it. Yeah, they hate the truth. Yeah, it cuts them deep. It sure does. And everything. Let me see. Let me go check the back. Let me see. I know she's trying to come up and stuff. Oh, about the sewer system? Yeah. Well, I have a construction background, so I know that's why I know what I'm talking about. And get some of those bleach tabs. I've been using that. I've even been taking those bleach tabs, throwing them in my dishwasher too. Because even though you can rinse your plates and your food, your dishes and stuff, you still got a little food that falls. Yeah, hydrogen peroxide is good. Disinfectants and stuff. You know what I do? I even take one of those bleach tabs, and when I wash my hands, I will scratch the bleach tab so the bleach can get under my nails. Black Mama, thank you for the donation to Lisa's Cabrera's channel. I take those bleach tabs and scratch it, and so that it can get under my nails, and then I take disinfectant soap and wash my hands, and then clean my nails out. So you got to make sure you get that stuff from up under your nails too and stuff. But I don't, like I said, I don't know what is going on. But there's just something nasty in the atmosphere out here in the Bay Area where people are getting like these 48-hour, 72-hour bugs and stuff. So the atmosphere, and like somebody put like chemtrails, they're getting down funky, so they're getting down real funky. Ain't nobody gonna pay for that shit. They're gonna they're gonna be charging, but I mean that's a lot of money and stuff. I see my son in here. How you doing, Delbert? And everything. Yeah, they done took Lisa up out of her live stream.
True Royal, are you okay?
Yeah, we good. I was holding it down.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not surprised. This has been happening recently where I'll be on here and all of a sudden I get bounced out of my own.
Yeah, they can't handle that smoke. They can't handle that truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody said, oh yeah, that's true. They said in San Diego they had to bleach all of downtown due to the urine and the feces.
Wow.
And that's them, and they're doing that every day. Remember, before we heard about Rona, there's hepatitis heavily in the streets of LA, heavily, and they'll have the homeless move across the street. They'll come pressure wash for them white folk, then they can come on back and stuff. Delbert is up in here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna point out what his avatar is, but he likes to listen to you. Got some of his friends listening too as well. I like that the young folks and your son and them are coming in listening. I like that. And it was something I was going to mention. So even back to Larry Elder, even though I don't know what more they think that he can do, because you know, this is something that people also have to keep in mind. If he do become the governor, there's still certain perimeters that he has to work up under. So he can't just be like a bull in a china shop and just come in just being reckless and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's only so far he could go. Look at how far Trump was able to go.
Yeah.
So don't let that fear stuff um kick in. And the thing that I always do, Lisa, is when they be talking about these people, that's why I keep focusing on prophecies. Because what's going to happen and what's going to happen. And I'm not going to invest my energy into man. I'm not going to invest my energy into a coon. At the end of the day, they look at him as a nigga, and they will.
That's
and
exactly what he is to them.
Yeah.
He'll find out.
Yeah, and he will get. And the thing is, like you said, he ain't been part of the political process. That's another excuse that they're giving too, as well. Is that he with the financial stuff, that he didn't know what he was doing. That's bullshit. You got a fucking staff, bitch, and you got a whole form that you got to fill out and everything. You
know how these Republicans are. Anything wrong with their background, there's no accountability.
Mm-hmm.
But not that I liked Obama, but they held his feet to the fire over every damn issue. But when it's them, all of a sudden, oh, well, he didn't know this and he didn't know that. Yeah, whatever.
Lisa, are you going to show that video of what he said about Snoop Dogg?
Let me go back in.
Cause that one was tantalizing.
Mm-hmm.
That one was real tantalizing.
All right.
Yeah, they can say what they can say, but it's like, let's keep this in mind, us Hebrews that know like the prophecy on Moab. I didn't get upset because they made them a protective class and they gave them, millions and millions of dollars and stuff. The stuff that's not gonna stop Yahweh, so they can do whatever they're gonna do. It's not stop. They're not stopping nothing. All we need to do is be obedient, because I said our faith is going to be tested. I went and seen my doctor. My doctor told me, you gotta get that jab or I can't see you and all this kind of shit. I ain't wavering. And I went in on them too, Lisa. I let them know. I said, my folks are scared to get that stuff. And you pressuring, oh yeah, I know about that and stuff. And it wasn't just Tusky that they did stuff to us. Like Lena Horne's father was poisoned by a nerve gas and stuff. And they wouldn't even give that man simple antibiotics when he was in the VA hospital. They wouldn't even do stuff like that.
So now the Larry Elder one, now I'm looking at the financial disclosure and there's another YouTube, but it's unlabeled. I'm trying to find the one for Snoop Dogg.
Wait a minute. I will. Oh, here it is, Lisa. I'm going to forward you this. And you will see this. I'm going to forward you something.
Okay. No, because I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to do it right now because I really want people to see this. Okay. And you'll see it. Okay, I just sent it to you. You'll see it on the top, Lisa. You'll see it'll say political Larry Elder video with Snoop Dogg. I just want to hear. I want them to hear his voice and all of that. And I even think this other one that I sent, that was his ex-fiance accusing him of what she was accusing him of. She dug in his ass. And to keep in mind, this video that Lisa's going to present, his ex-fiance dug that out of her archive. See, they'll get your ass. And what is it? The term, hell has no fury like a woman scorned.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. That is very true. Okay, I got it up. Let me just this and all right, let me share and hopefully it'll play.
Oh, he also said he introduced the game also. Oh, I didn't catch that one.
Okay.
But this one is enough. All them little bitty trolls don't mean nothing, folks. I mean, come on now. We got 371 thumbs up and 4 thumbs down. They really making an impact, ain't they?
Mhm. I don't even know why they do it. We don't pay attention to them thumbs down. We don't pay attention to none of that. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get this to play.
Okay. Oh, you use the black screen like I do, huh?
Better for your eyes.
Up in the hill. Up in the hill? Throw your hands up in the air like you just don't care. It's rough up here. Wait, what do you think about Snoop Lion? I taught him everything he knows. Really? Yeah, I remember when his name was Calvin. I used to go to hoop on him. You know, he was a good basketball player, but he wasn't as good as I am. And I introduced him to the evil weed, and ever since then, he was downhill. I blame myself for his demise. But he came back. He turned a lemon into a lemonade, if you will, if you won't. And now he's famous. Here I am kicking back here, homeless. You think it's lemonade? Brother should remember who he was, where he came from. I'm the one who made him what he is. I can't believe he turned his back on me the way he did. You know, God damn it.
Woo! Juicy! That's some juicy shit. I like stuff like that. Call him a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised about his drug use. I mean, so many people in politics are dope fiends. I mean, it's the truth. They ain't acting crazy for no reason.
And you know what? He was high. He was high when he was talking all that big shit. Y'all want the link to that? I will send y'all the link to that where you can spread that around too.
Yeah, apparently Snoop cut his ass off, and he was all butt sore about that.
Well, shoot, Snoop cut off a bunch of folks, you know, especially after Tupac got killed, and had sense enough to go better go cleave to your wife. Out there running around with pimps and all that kind of stuff. That shit is crazy. So yeah, this is real. And he was
Thunder said he also sounded like Rick James. Yeah, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, that dude, that wasn't no weed, Lisa. That wasn't no weed. That was not no weed. So here's the link, and I'll send it a few times so y'all can spread that around too. That sucker is a dope fiend. Yeah, the trolls, them little bitty trolls can't do nothing.
No. We don't care about them.
Yeah, Lisa dropping gems over here. I'm loving this stuff. Yeah, he's dropping gems on his tail. And that other one, I don't know if you want to show it or not. The one where his ex exposed his ass. Oh, and then also the remarks that he made about women when I send you that one on News One. The remarks that they made. And it's a conflicted thing going on because they said Larry Elder today that if he is elected the governor of California, he will repeal all masks and vaccine mandates. Now, I don't believe
what they're going to do. Blame the black man.
Blame
Wait until everything goes downhill. They'll be blaming him for everything.
Yeah, and that sucker, he defiant. He won't wear no mask. I don't believe in those vaccines, but I believe in wearing 2 masks. I know that. When I go out, I don't play that shit. I ain't gonna be stupid out here. And that stuff is out there. That's the coronavirus is real. But them vaccines is not stopping or not even preventing. People are sick more than ever.
They keep claiming that it prevents death, but in the meantime, we're seeing headlines every day of people that got those jabs, and guess what? They're deader than a doornail.
They sure is.
But America ain't gonna do nothing but keep lying over and over. I don't expect anything different from them. They're going to
Yeah.
keep fumbling and dropping the ball like they have for a year and a half and continue on this path of lying. Everything that has happened in the country is, unjabinated people. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. You
I'm
got
not
to
buying it.
keep your immune system up and all of that. And they, some of them are trying to prove some things politically by not wearing a mask. That's mocking the creator. That's how I look at it. Getting paralyzed after the jab. I have a subscriber that I talked to on the phone.
Yeah,
that
some people went blind after it too.
Yeah.
And I told you one woman in my state, she went bald. She lost all of her hair after the jab.
Yeah, my stepdaughter developed asthma and then went back and got the second jab because she works for the city of Oakland and she let them pressure her like that. But I talked to one of my subscribers personally, and he had got the flu vaccine years ago, and he was paralyzed for 6 months, and his girlfriend allowed her child to get the flu vaccine, and that child ended up being paralyzed too. It was like, what the fuck was in that batch to get paralyzed? Oh, and I'm happy to hear about Jesse Jackson's wife. She made it home.
Yeah, she did.
I was concerned about her.
He didn't. And I don't know. I'm just hearing, some rumors out there are saying that his Parkinson disease got worse after, being sick. So I don't know how true that is, but one thing that is a fact, he's over in rehab over it now. So
the lady of Alabama died. I don't know who that is. Yeah, he's almost 70 years old.
Yeah.
And stuff. But that dude, and I keep sending that link because that right there was very telling, because he was sitting up there. That show you how he sounds behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You're a dope thing. He ain't just using no damn just weed. That weed don't make you sound like that. Alcohol don't make you sound like that. And stuff. Yeah. So it's from bad to worse. He's a typical, like they said, black Trump, because Trump was known for using drugs too. Him and his son. So the staunch Republican breaks the law, hate women.
Yep.
They got a whole MO. That's why I was saying all these things that they're throwing out about him. They were saying that his supporters don't care because they want to get to us.
Right.
So they're willing to take a fall in their community just to touch a few of us. And we are becoming more protected than ever. We just got to demonstrate our faith and not do foolish shit. You got to get what you got to get and get your ass in the house. I conduct myself like it's a lockdown, and these lockdowns gonna come. They gonna come. They said never, but a good Lord will make you eat them words. Never. What a shame.
Sure will. That is a fact. Wow. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he's going to make it as governor? What do you think? What is your point of view?
Lisa, you know what? After I looked at how this thing is going to go, where Gavin Newsom has to have over 50% of the votes, they're saying it can be as low as 18% on his end. I don't know. I just don't know. And this is a Republican state. These people are vicious. And then let's just and how I'm looking at it is the demise of America in general. So we should see more than ever politicians on both sides. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. That's what I was saying. What does it matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat? It's something I want to throw out there to y'all. Okay, the Democrats are having fun saying that at the state capitol they was up there trashing it, shitting and everywhere. How many Democrats were up there? How many independents were up there?
I don't know.
They were up there too. It wasn't just
they were.
Yeah.
I mean, look, some of those folks voted for Trump. Even
Mhm.
Democrats, some Democrats and also some independents did.
Yeah, so they were up there too, just as well. So this ain't the nature of the Republican Party. This is the nature of the beast and they supporters and stuff.
Mhm.
So you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff too. That's the kind of stuff that I be thinking about, because they want these different parties want to put on your mind that, oh, it's them, not us and stuff. No, it's all of y'all. Like I said,
Mhm.
I had made a comment on Levi's channel about good white folk. I said, yeah, there are some good white folk, and there are many bad ones, because the
The
impact,
bad ones outweigh the good ones.
there you go, because the impact in society is felt with their, and I go by
Right. And see, it makes no sense when they try to make this argument, this few people. So there is no way a few people did this for 500 years. No, you all heavily participated into
Mhm.
getting this racist society off the ground and running. This was not no few people. That doesn't even make any common sense.
It sure
But
don't.
y'all try to bring that argument like you making a valid point. You ain't making no point at all. You all participated into getting this place to where it is today.
There you go.
It ain't no few people, so y'all can get off of that mess.
Yeah, and they can't move a damn mountain. And you take something as simple. That's the part that always knocked me down, because they prepared themselves for us to uprise. They think that we're gonna get on these channels and tell our folks to go out there
Right.
and
And that's one reason why they coming around, because they think, oh, you gonna say something like kill them and all that. We ain't gonna sit on here and say no crazy mess like that.
No, not at all.
But they have a very remedial way of thinking. That's what it that really boils down to. And who's going to come online and conspire an overthrow of government or a race war and all that stuff? If anything, y'all do it. Who puts out those manifestos after a mass shooting? Who's doing that? That ain't us. That ain't us. It has never been us.
Yeah,
who's putting out those videos of a mass shooter telling exactly what they want to do on video? We ain't doing that mess.
Yeah, and then also these white women acting out on these streets. I mean, just showing her white ass, just doing the most disgusting things you could think of every day. Every day, nigga, every day you hear about some damn cop that lost their job, then did something foul. So when they talk about police reform, the police reform is based on what the police is doing. It ain't based on what the black community is doing. Is what the fuck they doing. Please,
it sure isn't.
It
sure isn't. So it's laughable that they think we are going to be conspiring online when we got tons of evidence that shows you do it a hell of a lot more than we ever did. That's the funny part. Again, projecting everything wrong with you onto us. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
Look at that. They said CNN is already claiming that there are 12 black people who were unvaccinated that died. You know what? That ain't even working either.
That ain't
I'm glad
working.
that you put that.
That ain't inspiring anybody to run out there and get anything.
Yeah, they want to focus on a one race of people and saying, well, disproportionately black folks is not getting the jab, so that's why this stuff is being spread it around.
No, but you said we're only 13% of the population.
No, Lisa, no, not 13. They said 11.
Oh, 11. Okay, so if we are that little, there's no way we can make that kind of impact around the country with this stuff. Y'all can miss us with that.
Yeah,
you can miss all of us. What you need to do is go to all those people that you label white that aren't white, so you can bulk up your group and go see them about the spread of the disease. It's not us.
It sure isn't. No, yeah, 11. We're sticking with 11, not 13, 11. No. If I can find a lower number, I'm sticking with that shit too.
We're not the one spreading it. Remember, y'all said we're just this little dot on the map in this country. So we couldn't have that kind of impact.
So we've been 11% since
those words are coming back to bite you in the ass.
Sure is. And then y'all want to make sure y'all folks work first, and y'all shutting down the workforce because y'all the ones out there working. Our folks are sitting at home. So you're gonna make sure y'all hire y'all folk first and stuff. Let's just keep that in mind. Because that knocked me down when you said construction people are getting sick, and I'm thinking, damn, you working outside?
Yeah, but it's airborne. Yeah,
Yeah,
they get it.
Yeah, it's shit in the atmosphere. I'm telling you, some other stuff out here.
And if they don't all, and many of them don't even have a mask on. You can see them working in the streets, and we know the cops don't wear it. You don't see nothing on their face.
Yeah, now y'all said 1865, so that's 156 years and stuff. Shit, we should be down to 1%.
And the way we have babies, we're not moving. we're not moving in numbers, but didn't y'all say in the same breath that we having all them babies? Now, which one is it? We can't be stuck at 11% of the population and having all them babies. Y'all contradicting yourself right there.
Yeah. And then, like, my doctor told me when he was trying to get me to get the jab, that he said 85% of Californians have it, and that we're above any other state. But why the damn hospitals is full around here?
They said 300% more people right now at this very moment are hospitalized in 2020.
Wow, Tanya. She said my mom has 16 siblings and we got 200 cousins. That's what I'm talking about. Damn.
See, you should see our family reunion. We can take up a whole floor at a hotel just my family alone. Okay. So that's why I laugh. You're 11% of the population. Remember they were on that. You're 11% of the population and commit 51% of the crimes. I said that's mathematically impossible for that to be the case.
That sure is.
I said somebody with a high IQ is doing some bad math.
Yep. Yeah, because they want to inflate numbers, make themselves look bigger than what they is, and all of that. They ain't getting it. They still ain't getting it. But like I said, the media is very deceitful.
The media is that's why I laugh when they said medical misinformation. Nobody is doing that more than the mainstream media in America. They're doing it more than everybody, and they're lying on a regular basis.
Now they calling him Larry Elder Meth.
Larry Elder Meth. Okay,
I love it. I keep sending that video out because I want that shit to go out on heavy rotation and stuff. If you
when is the election day?
I think it's on the 14th. Let me double check.
Okay.
If you buffing, refresh your stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have to refresh because I'm not buffering at all.
That ain't working. I know that trick.
They're either that or go out and come back in. But we're not buffering.
Yeah, people come in here talking about they buffering just to try to throw you off. That ain't working. Let me see. When is this election?
Oh, the 14th, Master X.
It is. It's the 14th. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll double check.
Mr. X. Okay. Wow. So we'll keep a close watch on it and see if he'll actually pull it off and win. I mean, you never know.
Let me see. Special election in California. Yeah. September 14th. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be next week.
Oh boy, y'all, 9/11 is coming. You know what they do on 9/11.
You know what? Yeah, that's on a Saturday, and 9/11 is 20 years old.
And I won't be watching it.
Oh yeah. I can't stand they news.
What I don't like is when we talk about slavery, you don't want to hear it, you want to dismiss it, but you want to push 9/11 in everybody's face on a yearly basis. Well, you can miss me with it because I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, they want everybody to be all sad for all that kind of shit. Boy, they campaigning hard.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, the Prince of Paraphernalia, for the becoming a new channel member. Yeah, I mean, look at how much money was wasted in Afghanistan. America looks so stupid. Oh, you look so stupid. You've been over there for 20 plus years, and look at the outcome.
And
You
accomplished
lost.
shit.
You lost. You lost, and those people, those Taliban members, got that country back within days. I mean, it wasn't even a hard effort. How embarrassing! Yeah, $2 trillion. But when we say the word reparations, they don't have nothing for us.
Yeah, and then they want to have these people come over here and get them all laid out.
Yeah. You heard what Biden said. I did the video on it. He said he wants Congress to give $30 billion. Some going towards disasters, the rest of it going towards these refugees that just came here from Afghanistan. It's amazing. He can call for money for everybody, can he? He got money for everybody. And see, those are the people that'll be coming in the hood, setting up shop. Because you know, when they tell these foreigners to come and make all their money off of us. Man.
Okay, so I found it again.
Okay.
Again with the vaccine up here in the state of California, and I'll send this out too.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, September 8th. I'm Theo.
Well, see, what I don't like, Miss Abiel, is they said, okay, in Afghanistan, the people helped them. They did interpretations, you know, because, you know, Americans don't know the language, and that's what they did. So they wanted to grant them, you know, an opportunity to get out of there so they won't get killed by the Taliban and come here, right? Now, you heard that, right? But didn't Black people, especially our men, fight in every single war in this country? The wars they did win, they would never have won if it wasn't for the Black man, right? Okay, because they don't do nothing but war anyway. That's why, you know, all through the generations, you can see this issue over in the Middle East, that one, and this war and that war. We don't start wars, but we certainly help. Our forefathers helped them fight the wars. So I guess somebody interpreting a language to you is more important than the people that shed their blood. I guess that's what they're trying to say.
Okay. And I'm going to send this to y'all. California lawmakers shelf vaccine bills for now. And they said California is already at the forefront of the debate around the vaccine mandate, and Governor Newsom ordering roughly 2.2 million healthcare workers to either get vaccinated or lose their jobs.
Yeah.
While also directing state workers and teachers to either get vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. And that's going to get costly, weekly testing.
Yeah.
So
and they're doing it to all the cops now. And the police union is fighting it. They don't want to get the jab, and they're telling them, I know up in NYPD, they said they're getting ready to terminate 200 cops because they are refusing the jab scene. 200 cops are about to lose their jobs.
So there is not a mandate on vaccines in California. They have had to shelf it and stuff. And this news, Lisa, came out yesterday. That's crazy. But the news that I'm looking at today is saying that it's essentially passed. So that shows you how deceitful the media gets down. So here is a link that y'all pass around.
Donovan Ben Judah, thank you for the super chat. You saying they're not refugees. They are traitors to their country. They deserve whatever the Taliban gives them. Okay. There you go.
Okay. So there is that link that y'all can read that yourself. So because they're really keeping up they pushing this shit hard, Lisa.
And
They keeping up
you
this
know what?
campaign.
Yeah. And you know what, Donovan? You know what else? They're cowards. If they are such the mighty men, because they were like, oh, well, they fought the Roman, they beat them. Yeah, well, you're running from the Taliban. They are a bunch of men. I mean, you don't want to fight for your country? I guess they don't.
Okay, you said, what about the federal workers? Y'all need to listen. Please listen to me. Pay attention to language. You cannot make anything mandatory. Say you wholeheartedly want to get the vaccine, but you are allergic to something in the vaccine, and your doctor come to you and say, I'm going to have to make you medically exempt from this and stuff. So I want y'all to think about that. Some people don't be listening. You're going on fear. They cannot make anything mandatory. My youngest son, out of all of my children, because I didn't know no better then, has the least vaccines. And this boy hardly ever gets sick. The least out of all of my children and stuff. So when I found out that stuff wasn't mandatory, I said, no, I'm not going to have him all shot up like that and stuff. So the federal workers, the state workers, the private sector, you can't make that stuff, make it mandated and stuff. So, wow, it's amazing how some people don't pay attention. What's in the vaccine is poison. I did a video,
There's quite a few videos that were out there on it. I'm sure you could probably still find it.
Yeah, I put up a video. I put up a video about all what was in it, because I remember one person said, "Damn, the stuff that's in it."
Yeah, if you remember, I interviewed Truth Unveiled.
He's the one.
He did the video, and that's what cost him his channel.
And I put his video up on my channel to try to push it as far as I could. Because shit, some of that stuff you wouldn't even want to put in your damn car.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So unfortunately, he lost his channel behind that, telling what was in there. And yeah, a lot of people have allergies to shellfish and a lot of the ingredients they got in there.
They're not required. They're saying federal workers are required to get it. They're not required.
Okay, the Ghost Tiger, thank you for the super chat. I live here in California. Yeah, if Larry Elder wins, that's what it's going to be. And I know for a fact the cops here are infiltrated. Yeah, they are. Not just by white power groups. Jacob's trouble will begin if this man, I think we've already been in the midst of that. And all praises to our Father Yah. Yes.
Also, they saying that Fauci and the CDC exposed for creating the virus, and Fauci may resign with his lying ass.
Yeah. Did you hear? And I don't know, Queen. Somebody sent me a notification saying that Dr. Fauci and his wife did not take the jab. Now, I don't know how true that is.
I ain't surprised. Remember, one of those CEOs for one of them companies wouldn't take the jab.
Yeah, the Pfizer.
Yeah.
Area Waltress, thank you for the super chat, y'all. Canada ain't shit. They prepare for war in Nova Scotia with live ammo. They acting really strange of late, real greasiness. Oh, okay.
I like that word.
Well, look, none of these countries, look at who's leading these countries. And it shouldn't be a shock to you that they're failures. Come on, these folks are just doing so poorly. But they want to come and keep psychologically making you believe all this greatness that nobody is ever seeing. That invisible greatness they have. Very invisible.
what you say here, although I do agree with melanated people deserve reparations, if it wasn't for them, neither immigrants nor refugees would be able to be here.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, all of these immigrants here wouldn't be here if it wasn't for especially the civil rights movement, where we put ourselves in harm's way, and then they come here and look down on us.
Yeah, this it's like even the Asians, they were being supported by which one was it, George Washington Carver or the other one and stuff. They have been helped greatly.
Mm-hmm. John T. Harden the fourth. Lisa True Royal, I heard from a family member that got the jab, said that it was magnetic. Oh yeah, I saw somebody else and they were able to stick magnets on their arms and everything after yeah. Also, you can see it in UV light, these damn demons. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I saw a video and it was a man, I think he was from India. He got the jab and he had a whole bunch of magnets and they literally stuck to his arm. I mean, stuck to his arm around where he got the jab scene.
See, that's why it's hard for me to feel sorry for them people over there, because they had got over there in India, they had got a big contract to make the vaccine, and they still over there dropping like flies too, because the media ain't putting it out like that. No. But anyhow, the first announcement that show you the level of racism, the first announcement that the people in India make, they was letting people in Africa know, oh, the supply is going to be short when it comes to the vaccine. Damn. Mm-hmm. Even though we don't need it, and then over in Africa, they're not dropping like flies.
Well, they are here. That's why if you pull up, you get more and more places getting those refrigerated trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ain't that something that was your response to your ass dropping like flies over there in India, that you're going to let black folks know in Africa, oh, y'all won't be getting the vaccine as much.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need the vaccine because a lot of them, some of them countries over there, nobody got it. Because I heard like in some of those Caribbean islands, Farrakhan said the island that his mother was born on, nobody's had coronavirus over there.
But I think it might change for Haiti, being that so many people lost their
home. That's what I'm concerned about with Haiti, since that went down and they immediately start sending vaccines over there. And I've been just checking what's going down.
Yeah. Onika, thank you for the super chat. People are telling me to get the hell out of California.
It ain't nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and nowhere to hide. People have been telling me that for years.
And Daryl Giles, Lisa C, bring it out. Shalom. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, look, y'all, this is going to be a long fall and winter, because we're now entering the time when these where the virus will thrive.
Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink.
Okay. It usually thrives when we start getting into fall and winter. So it will be quite interesting to see how this whole thing will go. It'll be very interesting, to say the least. So I know everybody will do the best that you can to take care of yourselves, because that's really important right now. And just know we're pretty much on our own. We can't lean on these folks and their government. Shoot, and listening to them just gives you a migraine every day. So you're just going to have to do the best that we can. We pretty much have been an ignored group of people anyway. So, I mean, it'll be all the same for us. Yeah, they don't look out for us. They don't look out for us. And I think they're just so upset because they thought when this whole thing came out, they just thought it was a given that we would follow and do what we see them do, and it's not turning out that way. And I mean, things are changing, attitudes are changing. People are just not going to do what you've seen them do before in the past. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I heard Australia got some crazy mess going on. Chana B, I heard they are trying to get people to put an app on the phone, and this app is supposed to be able to track you. So if you just, because they're on lockdown, if you happen to leave your home, the cops can come show up at your home, because I mean the app is supposed to be like a tracking device. That is absolutely insane. But that's what they're doing over there. Yeah, you got if they try to reach out to you, thank you, Mr. X. You got 15 minutes to respond. If you don't respond, they send the cops to your house. That's what they're doing over there in Australia. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I didn't hear it either until I saw it online. In fact, there are articles that talk about the app that they all got to have on their phone in Australia. So, you know, the U.S. is still talking all that we're not locking down again. We're not locking down again, despite the fact that there's a lot of individual businesses and schools that are locking down for days because too many people are sick. So we'll see. I'm still betting that they will. I'm just telling you, I still think they will. They're not going to have a choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on. Larry Elder is not going to get in office and be an ally to us at all. Nobody in California, that's for sure, especially if you got melanin. Yeah. Well, look, the U.S. never rebound from the other lockdown. So if there's another one, it's over. It's already over because they can't get their right footing right now. And it doesn't help where you got record-breaking people leaving the workforce, and you got hardly nobody joining the workforce. So it's going to be a problem for a long time in America. A long time. And plus, I think if there is another lockdown, that's when I think the fighting will begin. The infighting will begin in America. Definitely. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Darlene X, I did a video on Herschel Walker, and the Republican Party is upset with him because they said he should be out there campaigning right after you file to run in a race, whether it's Senate or Congress. I mean, even local government, once you file and become a candidate, you're supposed to be out there right away. They said Herschel's calendar is empty. It is empty. He ain't doing nothing. You know, this old Mr. Softy man is a joke around here, y'all. When it was in the 90s, he never came around, right? Now it's like in the 70s, and he's out here. Thank you. He's out here driving around in the 70s, but when it was like 97 and 98, he was nowhere to be found. Woo. I think Mr. Softy around here is high. He's high. Yeah, and you see Baltimore, they just started school less than a week ago, and they're already closing because too many are sick. Too many have been exposed. Mm-hmm.
I'm back. Excuse me.
Okay.
Did I hear Loretta?
Yeah, she just came in here. Hey, girl.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, look, the worker shortage, they're saying the worker shortage is actually going to go on indefinitely. They don't know how long, but we know it's not, we know America's not coming back.
No.
We already know.
Look at all those shortages and stuff they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they take it, and you know what? They don't have they don't have to have a shortage. They plan on that too. All you got to do is hire people.
That's
people
okay.
will get up and work. People will get up and
Anything
work.
that's not helping is good. Anything that's not helping them is good.
What did they say right here? An art teacher got fired for saying the N-word. Yeah.
Excuse
But
me.
you know what? Shit, that ain't surprising. Them folks been saying the N-word doing the virtual learning and stuff. They've been getting busted on that.
You know, I had one of my mother's cousins. He's around her age. He said he was in college at the time when Emmett Till was killed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what he told us? He said his college professor, which was a white man, stood up in front of the class and said Emmett Till got what he deserved.
Mm-mm-mm.
And he said from that point on, he couldn't wait to get rid of this teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't wait, but he got up and said he pretty much brought it on himself and he deserved to die.
Mm-hmm.
And that was right after he was in college when Emmett Till was killed. So they've always stood in front of our black children and said all kinds of foul shit.
Yeah, what we deserve and all of that. I'm loving it. They that's why I was saying every day, more than ever, they're getting caught on stuff because they can't help themselves. They on this social media too. And you would think after getting caught, that they would slow their behavior. No, it's their nature. It's their nature.
Thank you, Black Cobra Ninja 5, for the super chat. Good commentary, Lisa True Royal. Thank you.
You know what? The Ghost Tiger, I disagree with that statement because he like buying white ass. So I don't think he gonna get caught in South Central buying black ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he's repulsed by black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't. He hate black women. You know, he said we lazy. Oh, and another thing he said about black women, we complain too much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got a Becky on your ass. I mean, she out there on her Twitter talking about you. She talking about she and she meant that. She said she was vastly concerned about him possibly becoming a governor.
Uh-huh.
So Larry Elder, that's a Becky on your ass. Ain't no black person stood up and said, ooh, we anything. That's a Becky. And she's showing that video in heavy rotation of you out there high as a kite on something other than weed and alcohol and stuff. Yeah. You know, he trying to sound all ghetto and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
With his drugs.
Larry Elder. Yeah, Larry, it will be a disaster. But you know what? Wait until you see all the foolish things he does as governor.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do a lot of foolish things. I mean, look, we were amused by Trump. Trump did not disappoint. He was saying some silly shit every day. Every day.
Yeah, and then he's a black man if he becomes the governor. They gonna
Mhm.
slam his ass. Look what they did to Obama.
Mhm.
They didn't let him breathe. They didn't let him breathe at all. They act like they love him now because he out. But he didn't do
Mhm.
nothing. He didn't do shit.
He sure didn't do shit for us.
Yeah. I agree with you, L.R. Stewart, about Gavin, you know.
Mhm.
And Gavin, he ain't no better. He ain't nothing but a alcoholic. My oldest son, if he's still in here, can personally tell you he's seen Gavin Newsom 3 shades in the wind, drunk as a skunk in the streets of San Francisco. You know, so it ain't no good politicians. What I think what Terrell call them, politicians.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well, righteous 01. Yeah, they Carolyn Bryan lied on him. But she didn't admit it until she's damn near an old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's admitting it. But I think most black people knew that he didn't go in there and did nothing to her.
Okay, so he's like a black David Duke.
Yeah. Larry Elder, yeah. He really is. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they bringing them Afghans in. They pouring them jokers in.
Oh, yeah. They said by the end of the year, I think they're hoping to have 190. No, not 100. They already brought in 124,000. And they're saying by the end of the year, they're going to be bringing an additional 95,000 of them here.
Oh, hold up. Tammy, I met Larry Elder back in the 90s on a blind date. All right, Tammy, you got to give up the juiciness. You know,
Tammy.
what was really going on, Tammy?
Mm-hmm.
See, you never know who's gonna be up in these up in these YouTube streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I be reading stuff. Come on, Tammy, bring that shit out. I know you laughing. I'm serious. You bring that shit out. You know.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's plenty more.
Wow.
But we'll see what happens, because it seems like his ex-fiance is gonna have her own little campaign if he wins. She seems like she's gonna be out there.
Yeah,
and telling her story to the media.
Don't be surprised they drag some folks. Tammy, did you have to file one of them disclosures? Don't be scared. We ain't gonna tell her.
She said she didn't even know who he was. Wow.
You said I hit on me and I laughed at him.
No disclosure. So she didn't fill out a disclosure.
No disclosure.
Non-disclosure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Non-disclosure. Went on a blind date. Poor thing. I've been on one blind date.
Oh, man.
And I ain't seen that person since then.
One of my cousin that's in San Leandro.
Yes.
She got I forgot what ball. I'm gonna have to ask her. She got set up on a blind date with one of the pro basketball players.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a limo, pick her up and everything. She said, Lisa, he was the stupidest man I ever dated in my life. He had all that money and everything, but he was stupid.
Yeah, most of them are. Elder will be the new OJ in California.
Pensy Lola, Yah bless. Thank you for the super sticker. Man, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. And as the election gets close, if there's more stuff that will come out, we'll do this again.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to get intense the next few days, because we're talking about next week, Tuesday is the election.
Yeah. Ooh. Y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are in the country, and take care and keep those your immunity system up. get the tea in, get the supplements, and stay strong. Shalom, family.
All right, shalom. Take this all the way down.